He told me to cut her throat and cut her hair off, and then I threw her in the fire.
This is Brendan Dassey, describing Teresa Halbach's final moments after her mysterious disappearance. He confessed to aiding in her assault and murder, claiming his uncle, Steven Avery, forced him to participate, but Steven denied any involvement.
I'd have to say I didn't do it. Well, if I did it, why would I stick around if I'm guilty?
Who was telling the truth? Teresa's disappearance sparked one of history's most controversial convictions, revealing sordid secrets that were waiting to surface.
He asked me if I wanted the girl and if I wanted to try it. He ripped off her clothes. He did it.
He did what?
There.
On October 31st, 2005, Steven Avery called for Teresa Halbach from Auto Trader to photograph a red minivan at his Manitowoc County property in Wisconsin. She arrived around 2:35 p.m. and was briefly spotted by Steven's relative, Bobby Dassey. By 2:42 p.m., her phone registered its final activity, marking her last known trace before vanishing.
Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Hi, I'd like to report a missing person. And her name? Teresa Halbach. Okay, what relationship is she to my daughter? Okay.
On November 5th, 2005, Teresa Halbach's Toyota RAV4 was found partially hidden at Steven Avery's salvage yard, triggering a police investigation. 2 days later, on November 7th, 2005, investigators uncovered shocking evidence, including burned bone fragments in a fire pit, blood from both Steven and Teresa inside her vehicle, a bullet with Teresa's DNA found in Steven's garage, and her car key discovered in his bedroom. Despite the mounting evidence, Steven insisted he was innocent. With incriminating evidence pointing at Steven Avery, he was charged with Teresa Halbach's murder and mutilation of her remains on November 15, 2005. But on March 1, 2006, his nephew, Brendan Dassey, came forward with a chilling confession that changed everything.
Time. We pretty much know everything. That's why we're talking to you again today. We really need to be honest this time with everything, okay? If in fact you did some things which we believe some things may have happened that you didn't want to tell us about, it's okay. As long as you be honest with us, it's okay. If you lie about it, that's going to be problems, okay? Does that sound fair?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You just want to talk to us and tell us, starting with that day and how you actually came to know what happened and stuff. Because now we know you were in the garage and stuff, apparently cleaning up and stuff, so tell us about that.
Well, he was working on his car, and he did something wrong, and then he poked a hole in something, and then it started leaking. And then later on, because I was helping him before I went over there a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
And later on, I helped him move the car out of there and cleaned it up. And then I went back home, and then I got a call from him, and he wanted me to come over.
Let's go back a little bit, okay? When did you first go over by Steve?
At 9 o'clock.
You said you were over in the garage helping him.
Yeah.
When was that?
6:30.
So let's go back, okay? Let's go back to around that time. You get home off the bus at about 3:45?
Yeah.
And what do you do? Now you gotta be honest here.
I walked on the road and I go into my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you see at that time?
That she was talking, or her car was over there.
Where was her car?
On the other side of, where you drove by our house,
Mm-hmm.
where you turned there. It was on the other side of the road there. By the trees.
And you just said something. You said she was talking, and you
Yeah.
stopped. Now, remember, this is very important because we already know what happened that day, okay?
Let's just be honest here, okay, Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this out.
Use your memory, not what Steven told you, not what anyone else told you. Be honest, because we're gonna be able to tell when you're not being honest. I'm telling you that right now. So you're walking down the road. Let's pick it up again, okay?
I seen him talking to her on his porch and that, and I seen her Jeep there, and I walked in the house.
So she's standing, meaning she is Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
Did you recognize her?
Not at first.
You just knew it later on when this all came out?
Yeah.
Brendan was interrogated 4 times over 48 hours, including 3 sessions within just 24 hours without a lawyer, parent, or any other adult present to advocate for him. As a teenager with an intellectual disability, Brendan is highly vulnerable to suggestion. Without prior experience with the justice system, his life will drastically turn after his next revelation.
Dude, what happened? And you saw her and him on the porch, and they were what?
They were talking.
And then what did you do?
I walked in my house.
And they were just talking? Were you doing anything else? Were you screaming, fighting, talking, pushing, anything?
Just talking. He wanted me to come over like at 6:30, and he had the fire started because he wanted to burn some tires. And so it started, and the Jeep was still in there.
Whose Jeep?
The Suzuki
It was still in where?
in the garage.
So Monty's not in there. Whose car was in the garage? Tell me the truth.
Dassey.
We already know. Just tell us. It's okay.
The truth. It's so easy to tell the truth. It's hard to make things up.
Her Jeep.
That's right.
Her Jeep was in the garage, wasn't it?
Well, if I wanted to come over later.
No, whose truck
Whose
was
truck?
in there?
The truck.
Yeah.
Her Jeep.
Who's her?
Teresa's.
Okay, and that Jeep is a what? Do you remember?
Like what color?
Color or make?
Green. Like a greenish blue.
Okay.
Is it drove in or is it backed into the garage?
It's backed in.
But now, let's be honest. What did he tell you? What did he show
What did you see and what did he tell you?
He showed me the knife and rope.
Where was she? Come on, we know this already. Be honest.
In the back of the Jeep.
She was in the back of the Jeep. Was she alive or dead at that time?
Dead.
Are you sure? Okay. What did you see in the back? No, this is hard. What did you see in the back of the Jeep?
That she was laying there with like a small blanket over her.
Do you remember where her head was?
Not really.
Did she have clothes on?
Yeah.
She was clothed.
Yeah.
Was she tied up already? Or did you help him do that?
Brendan is interrogated using the Reed technique, a high-pressure method designed to elicit confessions through isolation, confrontation, and psychological manipulation. While it can be effective, it's also controversial when used on individuals with cognitive impairments or vulnerabilities. Under such pressure, vulnerable individuals like Brendan often become confused and overwhelmed. Instead of recounting what happened, they may offer a version of events they believe the interrogators want to hear.
Tied up already.
Where? Tell me how she was tied up.
Like the rope was right here around her body.
Are you sure?
Did Steve have any blood on him at that time?
On his finger.
What about on his body, his clothes?
Not that I know of.
Where did you see blood?
Like right here.
Where else in the garage?
On the floor.
A lot.
Like drips.
Where was it dripping from?
I don't know.
What did he tell you he did to her?
That he stabbed her.
Let's stop there for a second now, okay? I want to back up just a bit. I didn't mean to interrupt that sake, but what time actually did you get over there now?
Like 6:45.
So still about that same time, 47? Are you sure? Okay. Did you really see those two talking on the porch?
Yeah.
You did?
No.
You're 100% on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did she get in the back of the Jeep? Tell us that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did you help him?
Tell me.
Let's be honest, you're Brent.
Okay.
If you helped him, it's okay. Because he was telling you to do it. You didn't do it on your own.
I didn't touch her.
So you get over into the garage, and the garage door's open. Her truck's in the garage, right?
Yeah.
And what does he say to you?
Think about it and be honest.
What does he say to you?
I need to stop being gone.
That's when he threatened me that if I would say anything, he like trusted me or something.
Why did he have you come over there? What did he need help with? Go ahead and tell us.
Probably to get rid of the body.
Brendan's body language speaks volumes. His fingers fidget nervously, a sign that could point to either deception or the crushing weight of the truth he's about to reveal. His restless movements suggest a deep internal struggle, as though he's torn between fear and the overwhelming pressure to confess. Each twitch, each shift in his seat reveals the emotional storm brewing beneath the surface.
You mentioned earlier that's when he threatened you. Tell us that.
That he threatened me that if I would say anything, that he would stab me like he did to her, and that
Something.
he was pissed off at her because of he wanted to get his blazer in the thing that like the last time she was there, and he couldn't.
Okay, so he opens the back door of her truck. And tell me what you see.
Her body laying there.
What could you see of her?
Truth now. As hard as it is, tell us the truth.
Her head, her body, her feet.
So she was not covered up?
Like a white t-shirt and that. Pants.
What do you mean, sort of? Either she had clothes on or she didn't. Was some of it on, some of it off? What?
It was like ripped.
It was ripped? Where was it ripped?
Like right here. That's what I did. And
And it's excited.
so we took her out in the back and put her in the fire pits.
Was the fire burning already?
Yeah.
See this mouth.
Her stomach.
Her stomach, what did it look like?
Like she was stabbed.
I don't necessarily, I'm not telling you I don't know what it looks like when someone's stabbed. Okay, you gotta talk to someone that doesn't realize this. Tell us what you saw.
Like it was all bleeding and that.
Show me where, and on you, that would be.
Like right here.
How much blood?
What?
Was that, show me on you the extent of the stain or the blood that you saw.
Like right there.
That whole area, was it pretty wet yet or dry?
Like damp.
Damp. Could you see flesh or just the shirt?
A little bit of flesh.
Back.
How many times did he say he stabbed her?
Once.
What else did he do to her?
These dogs.
You already know, be honest.
We've got enough of her to know some things that happened to her. So tell us the truth.
We do.
What else did he do to her?
But these dogs.
Did he tell you that?
Tell us about that. And where he did it.
I'm going to these dogs.
I don't know where he did it, but
What did he say he did in his words? What did he tell you? You can swear, you can use any language you want. Tell us exactly what he told you he did to her.
Throughout the interrogation, Brendan gave only minimal responses, often answering in single words or vague nods, as if unsure or unwilling to speak. His reluctance is noticeable, hinting at either deep fear or uncertainty. Sensing his hesitation, the detective shifted tactics by offering comfort, reassurance, and subtle encouragement to draw out a confession. Brendan's confession painted a gruesome picture of Teresa's final moments, but the most chilling revelations were yet to come.
That he ripped off her clothes and she refused, and she tried to get away, but he was too strong for her.
Fuck.
And he did it.
He did what?
There.
What did he say? Did he use those words?
Are you sure? Because he does not use the words he uses. Are you? If you're sure, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, where did that happen?
I don't know.
And she tried to get away, but he was too strong.
Yeah.
And then what did he do to her?
So after he was done,
You got me to it.
that's when he put her back in the Jeep in the back.
Was she dead then yet or not?
Brandon, were you there when this happened?
No.
Was she dead there then or not?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
He's a
I have a feeling I know how you know that. We already know, Graham. Probably know.
Come on, be honest with us. Be honest with us. We already know it's okay. We're gonna help you through this, alright? Tell us. How do you know that?
I was outside riding my bike.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear it
What could you hear?
I you
screaming.
Okay. Was the door closed at that time?
Mm-hmm.
Did he know you were out there?
how did you
No.
What was the screaming like? What was she saying?
think this is good?
Like, help me.
You're making this hard on us and yourself.
Be honest. You went inside, didn't you? You went in the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
Did he invite you in?
Yeah.
Okay. And where was she?
In his room.
Okay. Did you go back there and look?
No.
Brendan, be honest.
I didn't.
How do you know she was in his room?
The door was open.
Could you see her?
Yeah.
Was she alive?
Well, she was handcuffed to the thing,
She was handcuffed to what?
the bed.
Was she naked? Was she alive?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because she was moving around.
Was she making any noise?
It's alright, bud.
Yeah.
What's she saying?
Screaming for help.
What was handcuffed? Her hands or her legs or both?
Both.
And what were they handcuffed to?
Like the hand, like there's round poles on each side.
Okay.
On his bed?
Brendan's confession made headlines across TV and newspapers. Later, he recanted in a letter to the trial judge, admitting that much of his story was fabricated, borrowed from a book he had read. But what he confessed to next is more disturbing than anything in fiction.
Doing what? What kind of words is it using, bro? You can say those words here.
That he wanted to her so hard.
Could you see her at this time?
No.
Okay. What happens next? Remember, we already know, but we need to hear it from you. It's okay. It's not your fault. What happens next?
Does he ask you?
He does, doesn't he?
We don't.
He asks you, doesn't he? What does he ask you?
That if I wanted a girlfriend.
Tell us how he said.
That if she wanted me
If you said I'm
to have some.
There. Okay.
happy myself.
Then what happens next?
But you can't give me.
They said that if I wanted to, I can go get some, but
Ah.
not right now.
Come on, be honest. You went back in that room.
Don't let us down.
We know you were back there. Let's get it all out today. This will be all over with.
Ask if you want some, right? That's what you told us. And if you want some,
That's it.
what do you tell them?
That makes me.
I said I wasn't aged, and so he took me back there and showed me some
What did he show you?
her naked body.
Okay, is she alive?
Yeah,
Is she talking?
Back to.
yeah.
What's she saying? What's she saying? I know it's hard, but you gotta tell us. What did she say?
The video will never go away unless you can talk to us about it.
I can.
Go ahead. What did she say?
Okay.
She was asking Steven why he would do something like that.
Brendan places the horrific crime on Steven, claiming he was merely a bystander to his uncle's monstrosity. Brendan tries to paint Steven negatively, portraying himself as manipulated and coerced. Yet, despite these accusations, Steven has never wavered in proclaiming his innocence, maintaining from the beginning that he had nothing to do with Teresa's disappearance or death.
I'd have to say I didn't do it. Well, if I did it, why would I stick around if I'm guilty? I won't. I'd be running. I ain't running. I got nothing to hide. And when they come to me, what do you want to know? I tell them. You want to search my house? I let them in. They searched it, and they left. Well, I got nothing to hide. So what am I supposed to do?
He asked me if I wanted the girl and if I wanted to try it. I said that I ain't old enough to have a kid yet, so he said, yeah, do you want to try it though? I'm like, not right now. And he just kept on egging me on.
Okay, and did he say anything else to you when he was egging you on? How did he egg you on?
He's like, come on, try it for me.
And had you been back in the bedroom area yet at this time or no?
No.
What, tell me again what he told you was back there. Who or what?
That Teresa Halbach was back there. That she was on the bed naked with, she was chained up to the bed.
Could you hear her back there yet?
Yeah.
And what kind of things was she saying again?
Like, help me and not to tell Steven not to do this anymore.
Did Steven say that he had already done that or not?
Yeah.
What did he say he did to her?
That he had sex with her.
How did he say it?
That he f***ed her.
At any time that night, did you see Steven have sex with her?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because we know now that you did and he watched while you did it. Did you watch once or while he did it?
No.
Did he do anything else to her?
No.
Stick anything in her? Anything like that?
No.
Okay. You told us about going in there and having sex with her, that she was handcuffed and chained. Okay. Ultimately, and then you said you left the bedroom for a period of time and he talked to you out in the living room, right?
Yeah.
Again, just to remind us, what kind of things was he saying to you out in the living room?
That he was saying that I did a good job. And that he was proud of me.
Okay.
In a recent interview with his attorney, Kathleen Zellner, Steven Avery was asked if he believed Brendan had lied during his interrogation. He acknowledged that it was possible, but insisted that if Brendan was telling the truth, it wasn't him. It was Bobby Dassey with Brendan that day, not Steven. Given Brendan's age, mental state, and vulnerability, it was clear he was struggling to recount events accurately. As a teenager with limited comprehension and under intense pressure, Brendan appeared to shift blame to make sense of the situation or to say what he thought investigators wanted to hear. His confession seemed less like a clear recollection and more like a confused, vulnerable version of events shaped by fear and suggestion.
We went in there, we tied her up, and he stabbed her, and he told me to cut her throat and cut her hair off. And then when we were done like that, we took off the handcuffs and we took her outside to the Jeep, stuck her in the back. He said he would rather burn her than stick her back in there. And we put her on the floor and then he shot her 10 times. And he threw her in the fire.
Okay, well, there's some points that we're going to go over there in that, okay? In the, in the bedroom. And he had you cut the hair off, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you put the hair?
On the dresser.
Again, tell us why he wanted you to do that.
Oh.
What happened to the hair after?
I never touched it.
What did he do?
He shot her 10 times.
Tell me where he shot her.
Like in the head and in the belly and the stomach.
How many times did he shoot her in the head?
Like 3 times.
Tell me where in the head. What sides?
Like the left side, I think it was.
The left side of her head. And when he shot her in the body, where in the body again?
Like right here.
Okay. What was he saying when he was doing this, if anything? What was his demeanor? Was he calm? What was he doing?
He was calm.
What was he saying to you?
That he was sorry for me to see that stuff.
Did he ask you to shoot her too, or did he tell you to shoot her?
No.
He would shoot her, why he would shoot a dead body?
I don't know. Probably to make sure she's dead or something.
Did he say anything why he shot her?
No.
You're just saying, your guess is that to make sure she was dead?
Yeah.
You sure he didn't say anything?
Uh-uh.
Was he pretty calm about this?
Then he stabbed her.
And who stabbed her?
He did.
Who's he?
Steven.
Okay. And then what?
Then I cut her throat.
Okay.
And he choked her and I cut off her hair.
Okay. So he choked her after you cut her throat. You gotta show me, like, on your throat where you cut her.
Like right here.
How deep?
Just as long as the knife went through.
Okay.
With your fingers, show me how deep you went into her throat.
I'll go like that much. See how it felt.
See how what felt?
The detectives wrapped up their interrogation with Brendan. Steven was initially arrested on November 9th, 2005 for firearm possession and brought in for questioning the next day to provide his side of the story.
Okay. This girl on the auto trader,
Yeah.
she had come out to take some pictures of the car or your sister's van. Is that correct? Okay. Let's start early that morning. What happens early that morning? What time do you get up that Monday? To work or in there sometime or?
Michael, he's auto trader.
Called Auto Trader that morning?
I said, the fireman.
Okay. What time did you call?
So I was up from, I don't know, 8:30.
8:30. Did you call from your house or?
I'll call for myself.
While you were down at work, whatever? Okay. You set up the appointment for somebody to call?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did they tell you that somebody would come out?
She told me she don't know if she got her declination already. It might be this Monday or next Monday.
Okay. Who did you call?
You think the auto trader?
I mean, the office, or did you tell the photographer?
The office, Mackins.
Okay. So they said it might be this Monday or the next Monday?
Down.
Okay. All right. What did you tell them it was Steve calling that you want a car to sell or a truck to sell or what?
Gonna need Barbara's now, but I already Barbara in there.
Okay.
I got Barbara's field.
And Barbara's your sister?
Yeah.
And what's her last name again? John?
Young.
Okay.
Teresa had visited Steven's property more than 15 times, but he specifically requested her from Auto Trader on the day she vanished. Was this a mere coincidence or a carefully planned move?
Well, she's been there 15 times. I mean, usually when somebody's been by my house 15 times, we kind of get to know them a little bit, small talk at least. At least in my experience. Is that the case for you and her? I mean,
No, not really.
no?
Just mostly it is the same thing over and over.
Okay.
I won't hide.
You ever invite her into the house?
And she would go and fire extend by the door or something.
She would stand by the door?
That's about a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago?
Everybody.
Okay.
Can't remember.
So on Monday at 2:30, she shows up and she's there for about how long?
But in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. So she takes a picture. You come outside. And you are both outside. You give her the money. She goes and gets in her truck and then gives you an Auto Trader magazine.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Okay.
Is she in the truck or out of the truck when she gives you the magazine?
She's in the car.
So we'll truck her. Okay. Then what happens next?
So she put me a boat. Shut the door. I walked to the house. I put the book on the computer. Came back out. Then I was going to walk over to the body. But then vehicle was calling.
So you walk in the house, you put the magazine down, you come out, and Bobby's vehicle's on?
Bobby's vehicle's on. Yeah. Then I looked up my road. I seen her. Like she was front row and turn.
You looked up by the road. Where were you standing?
The little kind of in the driveway.
You're standing in the driveway, in the middle of your driveway? Yeah. And from there you looked down the road, you said? Yeah. And you saw what?
And she was almost by the end of the road. She had a like turn.
Teresa, you think? Okay. Which thing like she had on her right or left?
The left.
The left.
Then she was going towards the high six looking front.
You didn't see any other car? Just Teresa?
No, just Teresa.
Steven's story had shifted multiple times, with key details changing in each retelling. Every contradiction chipped away at his credibility, fueling the detectives' frustration. Detectives were running out of patience. It was time to confront the elephant in the room. When asked about Teresa's vehicle, Steven's story only raised more questions than answers.
Some other woman and another woman who was supposed to do that from the cop.
So a cop told one woman, another woman told Tammy.
Yeah. Okay. And he said, I had a right to know.
Yeah. Did they say what cop was there?
No. She wouldn't tell me that.
Did she tell you where this cop worked, for what agency?
No.
No? Did she tell you where the cop put the vehicle?
No.
What else did she tell you? I mean, you could ask what else she told you.
That was about it.
That's it?
I was trying to get a hold of her.
Who's Tammy Weber?
She lived in Florida.
Did she say anything about evidence? What kind of evidence that The cop put there too?
No, I just, she said they're trying to set me up for a Bernstein fee and with Teresa's family.
Okay. And Teresa's family is involved in this, do you think?
That's what she said.
Who says that now?
Tammy did.
Tammy told you that Teresa's family is involved in trying to set you up?
Well, she didn't put it there.
Okay, well, I don't know who words what. You tell me what she said.
Or with Bernstein case, and Bernstein knows Teresa's family and everything else. And they're trying to put the rap on me.
And that's what Tammy told you, yeah. Okay. How do you think that truck got on that property? Which way do you think they came in, or?
Well, when I seen him, taillights by me, and Chucky seen taillights by him, I don't know. You know it.
Which way was it pointed?
What?
The truck?
I don't know.
I don't know. What the results of the investigation indicates, okay, that you had a role in Teresa's disappearance. Okay? The truck was found on your property. We found the license plates yesterday that you had put in the car. Okay?
I put nothing in the car.
And we also found some of the bullets today in that burning that you did.
That was gone.
You need to think about do the right thing for your
I
family.
wasn't there.
You need to do the right thing for your family.
At 23, Steven was wrongfully convicted of a 1985 assault and was sentenced to 32 years in prison. Nearly 2 decades later, DNA testing, previously unavailable, revealed the real perpetrator, Gregory Allen, who was already incarcerated for another assault. After 18 years behind bars, Steven was exonerated and released in 2003. He later filed a $36 million lawsuit against Manitowoc County, seeking justice for his wrongful imprisonment.
Okay, I didn't do it.
You need to do the right thing for the family here. Hey, maybe it was an accident. I don't think you meant for this to
I
happen.
didn't do it.
Steve, I don't think you meant for this to happen. Did you meant for this to happen?
I don't do it.
It was probably a mistake.
I did not do it.
It was most likely a mistake. Is that right? You didn't mean for this to happen, did you?
I didn't do it.
Then who did it? How did the body get on your property? How did the license plates get in the cars behind the house? How did the truck get on your property? How does that happen, Steve?
I don't know.
Steve, how did the blood get in your house?
What blood?
Her blood is
How is her blood in my house? In your garage.
in your house.
It can be.
And how does her key, the ignition key, get in your house, in your bedroom? Steve,
It can be.
think about it, Steve.
No,
Steve, think about this.
it can be.
Steve, it is. We don't. Facts of the matter are. It's just a matter of, did you do this intentionally or was it an accident?
I didn't do
If it was an
nothing.
accident, people understand accident. Maybe you threw her out in a junkyard, she fell into your head, you were scared. Was that the case? If that's the case, you should tell us that. Because I don't think you're, this cold-blooded killer, unless I'm wrong. Was it a mistake? Or did you mean to do that? I think it was a mistake. I think something went wrong. That's
I
my
did not do it.
How does the body end up in your property? The key ends up in your house. The blood ends up in your house. How does that all happen? Steve,
I set up.
a setup from who? You were home all week. You told me you were home all week. You were home
No,
all week.
but Steve, we got your prints. We got you in that car.
How'd your palm prints get on the car?
How my thumbprints in the car? We got your person on that car. You got it by the door.
You know how this works. You can't be, but
Work with us a little.
if you
Think
did
of
your family, think of your family.
I did not do that.
How does your family that you they think you're a cold-blooded person?
I did not.
If you made a mistake, they'll understand that. I understand that.
People's got my fingerprint.
People make mistakes.
Who's got fingerprints? Everybody does.
Who?
The crime lab, the police station.
What police station?
Manitowoc.
Manitowoc has nothing to do. That's why him and I are here. Okay?
Yeah, but if there's a crooked cop,
You're gonna plant her blood in your house, and put the key in there when you're home all week. How's that gonna happen? You're home
but I
all week.
ain't home all week.
You just told me you're basically home all week.
Well, I was up at the garage.
You're telling me somebody planted that and the body?
Wait a minute.
I didn't do it.
Who did it?
I don't know.
Steve.
I don't know.
Steve. Think of your family here.
I am thinking of my
No,
family.
you're not. You're thinking of yourself.
No.
You're thinking of yourself.
And we don't blame you for doing that. God damn it, you had 70 years in prison for something you didn't fucking do. I didn't do this one, and we understand that. Why would I give you everything if I did it? I wouldn't be talking to you.
Inside an old styrofoam container, investigators discovered a vial of Steven Avery's blood from his 1985 case. However, something was off. The evidence tape had been cut, and the cap had a small hole. Could someone have tampered with the vial? Steven's defense argued this is proof that his blood had been stolen and planted in Teresa Halbach's SUV.
There's people out there that's got my shit. And the cops are the perfect ones that got it all.
So there's somebody that takes
The sheriff is got
somebody
everything
that
on it.
takes your bloody palm print and puts it on somewhere? How does that happen?
A bloody palm print.
How does that happen? How does that happen? Steve, explain that to me.
All right, nothing.
Something, you made a mistake.
No, I did
You
not.
made a mistake.
I didn't do that. How can I make mistakes?
So you intentionally killed her, is that what you're telling me?
No, I didn't. I didn't do
And
nothing.
how did it happen? Explain to me how it happened.
I didn't.
I think you made a mistake.
I didn't do
I
that.
think something went too far.
No.
Then I'm wrong.
How can I do it when my mom came down, my brother came down, and I'm all with my sisters?
Well,
There ain't no way.
there's
They see
inconsistencies in all of
something.
this. See, there's inconsistencies in your story. Everything you've been telling me.
Well, how about the
You tell
other?
one story one day, you tell another story another. You're not consistent there.
But how about the other ones?
What other one?
She seen somebody be after me.
Who's seen somebody after you?
She did.
Who did she see after you?
I don't know. There was one day that I smelled smoke in my back vigil.
Yeah.
Where would that come from?
But what?
And I don't smoke.
What
And Jody
smoke?
been,
So you think somebody's sneaking in your house and smoking?
if they were finding something, they'd be smoking. I don't smoke.
So you think somebody snuck in your house and planted the evidence and they were smoking during it?
What else?
I don't know. Steve.
But it was always a man.
Yeah.
God,
Two
all my
independent
evidence.
investigators that have never met you. Two people who have never met you. Have nothing against you. I know nothing about you.
No, you see, if somebody else plants that shit there, you ain't gonna see it.
Then why is your DNA there? Why is her blood in your house? How are they gonna get their blood in your house?
How is her blood in my house? I
I
can't.
don't know. How does your DNA get
I
inside
used
the
to leave
truck?
my house open all the time
How does your DNA get inside of the truck?
by the 18th.
Hmm.
That's because they got blood out of me. How much blood they got out of me? A lot of blood.
Steve.
They got a lot of blood out of me. That's sure.
Steve. Come back to reality here.
I am.
No, you're not.
I did 18 weeks. Do you think I want to do any more?
No, I don't think you want to. That's what I wanted to say. Do you want to spend the rest of your life there because you're a cold-blooded killer? Or did you make a mistake? Did she fall in the junkyard? Maybe you went down there to look at a car. Have taken on there to show her a car you want to take a picture of. Maybe she fell and hit her head and you were scared. Maybe that's what happened. That's what I'm thinking more like. I don't think you just took her into the house and killed her. I think it was an accident. I think maybe that she hit her head and you were scared. And I would be too. And you're thinking, these cops are getting me anyway, and she hits her head and all of a sudden, oh my God, what do I do? That might be.
Her blood ain't in my house.
That could be. If that's what happened, tell me that.
The detectives ended Steven's interrogation without a confession, but they believed they'd gathered enough evidence to charge him with murder. No forensic evidence linked Brendan Dassey to the crime scene. Yet, Brendan Dassey was found guilty after a 9-day trial on April 25, 2007. On August 2, 2007, he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 2048.
We, the jury, find the defendant Brendan R. Dassey guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
Now 33, Brendan remains behind bars at Oshkosh Correctional Institution with no active appeals in sight. In March 2007, after a 6-week trial, Steven Avery was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Avery guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
Over the years, Steven has filed multiple appeals and post-conviction motions, all of which have been denied. Once held in maximum security, Steven now serves his sentence at Fox Lake Correctional Institution, Wisconsin, a medium-security prison. While their convictions offered a measure of closure for Teresa's family, they also sparked troubling questions. Was justice served, or were Brendan Dassey and Steven Avery victims of a flawed system? The truth remains elusive, with conflicting confessions, missing evidence, and lingering doubts. What do you think? Was this a fair conviction or a tragic miscarriage of justice? Share your thoughts on this case in the comments section below. Also, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such content.